Girl, how y'all doing? What's going on? We got some things to get into, child. Come on here, get in here, get in here, get in here. You know I'm sounding like these YouTubers. They be like, get in here, get in here, get in here, everybody get in here. Hello and welcome to the Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Please be sure that if you are watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed to this channel, girl, what are we doing? Also, for my audio listeners, hey, be sure to rate the podcast and leave your review. Okay, you can do that on Spotify, and you can do this on Apple Podcasts. You know, I'm sorry for the Apple Podcast listeners. It is so difficult, and I was just because I had to record this episode. I was only 1 minute in, but to comment or leave a review on Apple Podcasts, it'd be so difficult because you got to put like a username or nickname with the comment. I'm like, I just can't leave a comment. I got an account with Apple Podcasts. So what's going on? Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. There's not much of a week report, girl. We're in the middle of the week. Just know that I, have been working at my new job. Okay, I've been basically shadowing mostly. Watching other people work. I can't stand it. Me and my mom we really the same person, because I was telling her about this. I was like, I do not like that. Like, I get what it's for. Like, you pick up things and you get to watch people do, the tasks that you'll eventually be doing yourself. But it's just, I don't know. It's so nerve-wracking just sitting there watching people work all day. I just feel like I could be doing something. I know I'm annoying because I'm like, is anything you want me to do? Anything you want me to do? I think it really is a trauma response, though, because the jobs I worked at, that was very much, okay, you come up in here, you do what needs to be done, look like you're working, look like you're doing something. Even if there's not something to do, you better do something, because you will definitely get dragged by the manager saying you're not doing nothing. Like, I remember I worked at this job, and I'm a name dropping because I don't care, Ollie's Bargain Outlet. If you know a Ollie's, child, girl, and if you ever worked there, child, girl, okay, fake ass Kmart, let's be very clear. And the thing is, I didn't have any good leaders, right? Like, the people that managed were not good managers, or just one in particular. And basically my job was to go inside and go to each section of the store and make everything look neat. I'm thinking that's, in some of the stores, it's called stocking or something like that. But I wasn't really stocking, because I wasn't really getting inventory from the back and putting new stuff on. I was literally making the stuff look neat, because if y'all know Ollie's, it's a messy store and it gets like, stuff just gets everywhere, and you put everything in the right spot or whatever. That was my job. I just had to make everything look neat. And I'm like, that shit is so boring. It is so like, they did not trust me with the cash register. They did not put me on anything else other than to make the store look neat. Like, so I would really, like, sometimes, I would slack off and I would do other things, because I'm like, girl, how neat do y'all want it? Once it's neat, it's done. Like, I gotta wait for the customers to mess it up again so I can make it more neat again. So I remember they used to just say, well, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. What you doing? Like, for real. So that's why I don't like shadowing, because it's just like, I'm just sitting there and standing and, not really doing much. And then, I'm always constantly asking, is there anything I can do? She said, no, you're just observing. Today I did get to work a little bit more. Like, I check people in, check people out and stuff like that. Use the, the little card thing that they got. I feel like I'm talking too much about this, child. I know y'all want to get into the mess. Let's get right into it. I just wanted to, vent a little bit, talk about my day. Oh, I mean, we 3 minutes in. Okay, ain't that much of talking. Anyway, girl, we got some things to get into. We got to talk about Kendrick Lamar. Okay, he finally drops a diss record, child. Very lukewarm. We'll get into that. We'll talk about Tamar and K. Michelle. Tamar always loves to shade, girl. Be throwing a rock and hiding the hand. We got to talk about Porsha versus Simon, part 75, and all that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show. All right, let's get into our first topic. This Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. Like, he finally came out with a diss record. The wait is over. Kendrick Lamar finally claps back at Drake with Euphoria. Okay. And he came through with a 6-minute song. And there are too many bars to really break down. We're not going to break down everything bar for bar, word for word. We're not doing that. I'm not that channel. I'm not that content creator. I'm not a hip hop head. I do get into hip hop when it starts to get a little messy, little dramatic. You get what I'm saying? But, what do I have to say about this song? I just recently listened to it because I was at work and I said, oh, Oh wow. Kendrick Lamar dropped a diss record. I'm like, I was okay. He about to crash out. I don't have much to say about this. I mean, I have a lot to say, but I don't have much to say, like, in the sense that, girl, like, I'm not, and I don't want to say I'm not impressed, because at the end of this is Kendrick. My whole thing, and I will start off with this. Let this be the last rap diss for a long time. And I mean it. Let this be the last diss. I don't want to hear nothing from the male rap community when it comes to dissing. Y'all dudes better go kumbaya up in this bitch, because I am tired of it. I got rap beef fatigue, like I said on the last episode. Unless y'all want to start entertaining somebody, like, y'all really got to stop. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit bored. I was a bit bored with this diss record. I already know there's gonna be people in the comments talk about some. You gotta look. Yeah, girl, we gonna get into it. We're going to get into it, I promise. Maybe it has to do with, like I said, the rap beef fatigue that's happening right now, where everybody's just dissing and nobody's really just saying anything. The biggest problems I had with this song was that it was just very predictable. Okay, yeah, Drake is a scam artist. He cosplay as black. He dodged a feud with Pusha T. His drip is trash. He got a BBL. He doesn't like women. He wants to be, you know. I mean, like, could we come up with something else? Rick Ross already said this. And I'm not even trying to say that Rick Ross did it efficiently, because he didn't, because it was trash too. But I'm just saying, like, mad people was saying this. Everybody, like, at this point, make some shit up. Make it up. Say something. Do something. Like, could we come up with something else? Maybe a lot of, because it's mixed reviews. Let's be very clear. I mean, there's a lot of people that's really liking it. A lot of people are looking into, you know, what he was really talking about. We'll get into it. And then there's people that's saying that it was trash. I know there was this one, like, internet person that said, oh, the light-skinned dudes is winning. I'm like, why are we bringing color into this? Could we not bring color? Like, y'all make everything about color. I need people to be freed from the shackles of having these conversations. Girl, ain't no, like. Anyway, the part of the song that I did enjoy, though, right, was the part where he said that he basically misses the old Drake, you know, the rapper that talked about, you know, being a lover boy and, you know, talking about women. And unfortunately, at that time, a lot of people was calling him a simp and weak or whatever, because he was, you know, he was affirming women and all that in his music and stuff. And now he's become this, like, person that cosplays as this lyricist, this ultra black person. I mean, the gangster rapper, hood, whatever. I don't even know. With Drake, whatever Drake chooses to be, wherever he chooses to personify in the moment, that's what he's become. That is true. That has some truthness to it. Even though I feel like it was still, like, kind of predictable, because everybody else was saying that. Like, everybody been was saying that. And like I said, maybe it has to do with him just waiting too late to drop this, because now it's at the point, like, you waited like a good 2 weeks. Now, I mean, yeah, it does seem like you trying to dodge the wave of Taylor Swift, child. But I mean, the girl still, she got 15 spots on the Billboard Hot 100. So, girl, you could have just dropped it. I don't know. My thing is this. That part I did agree with, you know, wanting the old Drake. And I think Drake is not the only artist. It's a lot of these older artists, and I'm not gonna say no names because look, I don't want y'all to sit there and, you know, because y'all already gonna call me messy. But there's a lot of other artists that's doing that same thing too. Like, they're changing personas, or they're doing stuff that they wouldn't normally do when they first came out. And I believe in evolution and changing in your content. Hell, I mean, girl, the stuff I was talking about back then, you go down these episodes, I'm like, girl, what the hell was I saying? I mean. In some cases, probably you go 5 episodes down. I'm like, girl, I said that. But no, be who you are. Like, do not try to change your whole persona. And I love what he said there. And I get it. Okay, for the hip hop commentary heads, for the hip hop gurus and people that talk about hip hop, you know, just telling us, oh, you got to look inward and look at the backstory and the context of what he's talking about. And my whole thing is, I'm sorry. Why do I have to do that to enjoy a diss record? Y'all know the phrase, if you got to explain the joke, it isn't funny. Like, it's the same thing here. Okay, Drake is the Tommy Hilfiger of the rap community. Okay, that is an amazing bar for people that are aware of Tommy Hilfiger's history with black artists. Like, I get it. I mean, I had to look back a little bit to be like, oh, that's what he's trying to say. That's what he's talking about. I'm not entertained. Look, I ain't no rapper. I ain't no lyricist. I'm not. But let's be clear too, right? I have a disdain for Drake. I don't like the damn Canadian, to be honest with you. But I'm sorry, telling somebody to shut up and make drums is the funniest thing ever. It's funny because it doesn't make sense. It's funny because it was random. Like, I think crashing out on a record, you know, talking about another artist is what makes a good rap diss. This is the same reason why people said Chris Brown won that diss was Quavo. This is the same reason why people love the Tupac diss and the Biggie diss and Jay and Nas and all them. Like, and I'm not saying they didn't have like lyricism in their rhymes or anything. Like, you didn't have to think much. Okay, you knew exactly what he was saying. You knew exactly who he was talking about, how he was talking about him, and the way they delivered it. You was just in awe. I don't know. I didn't get that here. I really did not get that here. I wish I did. There's definitely people that's gonna be down for it. It wasn't, and I'm not gonna say it was a bad diss. I'm gonna say that Drake's was just a little bit more entertaining, and that's kind of what had him win that fight with Meek, because Meek he had no memorable lines, but everybody remembers you getting bodied by a singing nigga. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm simple. Maybe I'm just like not in tune to rap like that, and I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I just thought it would be a little bit more. I mean, even his verse on the Like What, like, he made a whole, like, when he was like, yeah, the big three, it's just big meat, big bounce, like just making random noise. He was crashing the hell out, and that's what made it go viral like that, and what people liked about it. This seemed very lukewarm. I don't know. It just did not do it for me. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. I definitely thought it was going to be a little bit more, but nevertheless, please, no more. Like, no more rap beef. I'm tired of it, child. It's getting old. It's getting late. Okay, if y'all not gonna really go all the way in, and at this point, I'm a person that like this. I always change my mind. Okay. Maybe y'all need to just go below the belt when it comes to some of these bars, because it brings some type of attention to it or some type of entertainment to it, like a something, child. I know I criticized Chris Brown for bringing up Takeoff, but you know what? It did kind of gag me. I'm not going to lie. You know, lying on your dead mama is some wild ass things to say to someone that has a deceased parent. But girl, I was gagged for a bit. I'm just saying. I don't know. Girl, y'all might. I don't know how y'all gonna react to this damn topic. But you know, y'all would tell me what y'all think in the comments. Let's move on. I gotta talk about this Muppet now. You know, we gotta talk about Tamar. Yeah, Tamar. She be doing too damn much. Okay. Now, I'm gonna read this little excerpt and I'm gonna tell you what I think about everything, right? Now, it looks like the decade-long feud between Tamar Braxton and K. Michelle is still in full swing, child. Tamar sparked speculation that she had shaded fellow singer K. Michelle while discussing Beyonce's latest venture into her country music with Cowboy Carter. During a recent interview with the We Sound Crazy podcast, Tamar praised Beyonce for her bold step into the genre, highlighting the importance of Black representation in country music and expressing pride and recognition Black artists are receiving following the success of Cowboy Carter. However, the conversation took a subtle turn when Braxton mentioned that some Black country artists shouldn't have made music. Okay, they shouldn't have made music in the genre. Okay, I'm gonna play this whole thing, and I want y'all to pay attention to everything she said here.
Cowboy Carter came out some weeks back, Beyonce's new album. What do you think about her moving the country?
You know, I knew you guys were going to ask me about that.
Did you?
I did. I think that Black country is so necessary. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy that people with talent who can actually sing country music that are Black people are finally getting the recognition they deserve. That's what I think.
And she's a Texas girl. She's country.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know. I just really appreciate Beyonce for opening the door for all the other Black artists that has, you know, rode that wave behind the floodgates. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just really appreciative for her.
Agreed.
That's awesome.
These people can really sing. They're so talented. Yeah. What's that one Black guy who could sing? Like, he sings so low.
Girl, she's so famous.
Tony Evans Jr.
He's on the show.
Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate his artistry, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'd be good. He'd be happy to hear that.
It's true. I started following him because just to hear him sing, I think is sing.
Yeah.
It's also another black. It's like 2 black girls I like. One little brown skinned little girl.
That's Tanner, right?
That's her real name, Tanner.
I think so. But keep going.
And then there's another girl who kind of looked like the Beyonce campaign.
I know
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
can't remember her name.
That looked like the Beyonce campaign. Child, that's anyway.
But yeah.
She's talented too.
We'll figure it out.
But I appreciate it. I like it. Because it was a couple of people who should not have been singing
Ooh.
country black music that was awful. And it was concerning for me.
Care to mention a few?
No, but you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. It just didn't sound good.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure if you're going to step into a new genre of music and represent us, that you got to represent.
That'd be right.
And I'm going to stop here. You got to make sure, I'm going to just reiterate what she just said, right? You got to make sure when you step into this genre that you really bring it to whatever the hell she said. When you step into this genre, I just need y'all to pay attention to that. Because many people thought that she was talking about K. Michelle here because of their history of a beef, but also the fact that K. Michelle is the only other known artist that has crossed over into country, unlike Beyonce. But clearly she wasn't talking about Beyonce. You know, the other black artists that she has mentioned were artists that came out as country stars. They just didn't get to shine because nobody was taking a black country artist serious before
You got to be right.
Beyonce hit the stage, right? Yeah, I like to say that she was talking about K. Michelle. Like, that's a no-brainer. Now, anyway, K. Michelle responded. She said, imagine you keep playing with someone who's minding their business, then boom, they sick of you, one tweet and screenshot, it's over. That sounds like a threat. I'm like, what you got, K. Michelle? What's going on? All right. Let's go in here, too, because she also made some other tweets to know. Kay made a series of tweets. Okay, let's get into it. First of all, she got this dang tweet right here with the damn Muppet. Okay, how many times you gonna keep calling for something you can't handle upon its arrival, huh, Janice? Okay. She also said, I don't pull stunts, Raggedy Ann. I pull cards. She also said, I spy with my little eye, a leprechaun in the dim sigh. Ooh. She was going off. Okay, this really took me out too, because this definitely embodies Tamar. No shade. Shade, actually, yeah, shade was thrown. Tamar, girl, hang it up. I honestly need her to hang it up, right? Like I said before, and I'll say this again, Tamar is a hating ass Muppet. K. Michelle did her thing, okay? Like her or hate her, she did country. The music sounds decent. I'm not into country. So I wasn't on the rodeo there. Just like I wasn't really on the rodeo for Cowboy Carter. I mean, I got a couple songs from the album. Don't shoot me, Beehive. But I'm supporting on the sidelines. Okay. Country's just not my thing. K. Michelle did a decent job. I heard some of the records on there. I'm like, girl, she doing her thing. I believe she was at the CMA Awards too. She performed with another artist or whatever. Like, K. Michelle's doing her thing. Like, leave her alone. I think it's very vile too to really say this, even if you wasn't talking about K. Michelle, to talk about how black artists are not doing it well or it's not good. Some of the black artists, or I guess if she's not talking about K. Michelle, some other black country artists, which is that's a small list of people. I mean, the black artists that choose to do country music already have to deal with the alabaster people trying to tell them that they can't do country because their ancestors were slaves and they knew nothing about the history behind country music. Air quotes, right? Now we got black artists that ain't never stepped in that field telling other black artists that are in it, oh, you doing it wrong. You doing it. Girl, hold on, wait, hold on. Park it before you trying to read, honey. What do you know? Okay, you spent your entire career riding off the coattail of your sister, making Keisha Cole adjacent songs. Okay, because let's be very clear. A lot of her singles in the beginning, girl, that sound like, what's the name? Now, Tamar claims that she was not talking about K. Michelle, and she got on live too. Talk about something. Yeah, no, she actually did make a response though. I think she tweeted. She said in quotes, this is Tamar. She said, I wasn't speaking about you. I would have said your name. I was speaking about country black music that I have heard before that I didn't enjoy. I wish the best for all of your future endeavors. I only want to beef with the devil. The end. Girl, I just don't believe that. When you say when you come up into, like that part where she said when you come up into this genre, she's not talking about black artists that have already been in the genre. She's talking about artists that came into this genre. And it's only two people that you could have been talking about. You damn sure wasn't talking about Beyonce. You were talking about K. Michelle. Call it what it is. Stand on your shit. And that's why I don't like Tamar, because she don't stand on her shit. She don't. Even with that situation with the Krishan, you let this troglodyte attack one of your background dancers or background singers, the girl, you know, Chanel Patty Boy, and you talk about some, I didn't know, oh my goodness, what's going on? Yeah, ain't want to stand on goddamn business. And that is her problem. She was talking about K. Michelle. I'm so, girl. Tamar. Girl. I cannot. I really cannot. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Y'all can tell me what y'all think in the comments. We can move on she working my nerve. Okay, let's be very clear. One other topic I wanted to get into, girl, part 75 of Porsha versus Simon. Okay, Porsha Williams says that Simon is trying to ruin her Real Housewives of Atlanta career by requesting producers to reveal her financial earnings and any conversations they've had concerning him. Now, I'm going to read this little excerpt. Okay. According to legal documents obtained by Radar Online, Porsha says Simon's demands for copies of all her communications with Real Housewives of Atlanta producers, including her contract and financial documents, is annoying, harassment, and oppressing. She says he only wants this info on public record in an attempt to threaten her reputation, career, and ability to earn income. It was previously reported that Simon didn't want producers filming in the Georgia mansion that he has been trying to kick Porsha out of, noting that she has her own house that she can live in, which she does. Per the report, Simon requested the True Entertainment LLC, the production company behind Real Housewives of Atlanta, to sit for a disposition and testify on Porsha's status and income as a cast member for 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Simon has also demanded all communication between his ex, her reps, and production about Real Housewives of Atlanta filming, recording, taping, storylines, and subjects involving Porsha and her relationship and divorce with him. So you can't even talk about him. I mean, forget taping at that mansion. Because I literally wrote in my notes, I was like, girl, you can still live at your house but you can't even talk about this, man. You can't even talk about certain things. This puts True Entertainment LLC, Bravo, whatever you want to call it, Housewife, like, not in jeopardy, but like at a rock and a hard place. Because like at the end of the day, and quiet as it's kept, we don't care about any other storyline with Porsha other than this divorce. What the hell you gonna do on this show? If you can't talk about Simon and what's been going on with that and the tea and all that, you know, talking to the girls, kikiing with the girls. I mean, it's almost like the Candy situation, but I believe Candy was lying when she said she couldn't talk about the cousin shooting because of legal reasons, which was some bull crap. I mean, and it left her storyline stale, and part of the reason why they ain't want her ass back. But Porsha, what are you going to do? Like, he is stopping her bag. And you know what? I have said this from the very beginning when I first heard that story of like, oh, they can't tape in the house. Oh no, he trying to stop your bag. He trying to get you off the show. And let me tell you something, Porsha. If he is successful in that, I hope you didn't sign a prenup. But if you did not sign a prenup, Porsha, you better get that man for everything he has. Okay, because you over here, you messing with the fuck I got going on over here. All right, look. I don't know what you be doing. I know you be getting into some scandalous, scamming ass shit. But what I got going on is legit, okay? I'm on a show. I'm going to talk about you. I got to talk about my life, and that means I got to talk about you and what we've been through. So I hope that Porsha is able to contest this in court because that is very, very messy, and it is going to stop her bag. Like, they might have to get rid of Porsha because of this, because at this point, you're too much of a risk. We can't even do a proper storyline about you. We can't talk about the real thing. And Porsha, I swear, if you get on here and try to dive, don't do a Robin. Do not do a Robin, okay? Because you will have your one season back and your one season gone. I don't know what's happening with Real Housewives. I don't even know. Girl, they said they was about to start taping somewhere late in the summer. Why aren't y'all taping now? They don't even have the cast together. The cast is not even, all you got is Kenya. Kenya cannot drive this ship by herself. I am very worried about this franchise. Like, I don't even know if we even gonna get a Housewives. We ain't gonna get a Housewives this year. They're going on a year hiatus. Because if they not taping now, we're not gonna get a season in November, which, I guess they don't even start Atlanta in November anymore. They start them in like early next year, but like we won't even get a January date. Potomac is taping, and they freaking figuring out what they want to do, adding people in, taking people out. I'm at my wits' end with this damn franchise, and now the simple fact that we can't even we asked for Porsha to come back because people wanted Porsha to come back, and now we can't really enjoy Porsha because she's not going to be like she's not going to have a storyline. Like, and I know she ain't gonna argue with the girls. She ain't gonna get into it with Kenya no more. I mean, she's in a different space, girl. This is a bad idea. Like I said, this, as I said from the very beginning, Porsha is known for making horrible decisions in life. Okay, I hope that she really does learn this time. Okay, and make sure you do. Let me tell you something. You got to do these background checks like you the goddamn feds on these niggas. Okay, I would even say even regular people. To be honest, like, girl, next person I talk to, girl, you already know. I'm figuring out what you did, what you didn't do. You ever been arrested? You ever did this shit? What's your credit looking like? Because you ain't messing up my credit. Girl. Like, this is crazy. This is real crazy. But tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. We got some side topics to get into before I get up on out of here. Now, I wanted to talk about Justin Bieber very briefly because he has been going viral for some time now because he released some pictures of him like crying, which I'm already like, you know how people, how it gets when people be posting that they crying. Child. I think that shit is so cringy. I think that it is very cringy. And, I think I give him slack because he going through a lot. I don't know what he's going through. I mean, he has health issues, but I also think, he's definitely in the industry. Something definitely went down in his upbringing into this industry and him being like a child star and being overly sexual. Like, I was talking to my best friend about this the other day. Like, Justin Bieber was overly sexualized as a underage teenager. Like there was, I remember, and I didn't even notice this until now. Like, you never noticed it until now. But he really was like grown ass women would literally like kiss him on the neck. We got James Corden low key flirting with him, smelling him like saying, "Oh, this is the best. I've never smelled that good when I was your age." This and the third. Like, people just was acting weird around him, being very, very sexualized. And I say all that to say, Haley, we didn't need that damn comment. You talk about a pretty crier. Now, see, I don't know. They could have gotten into an argument. I don't know. Like, it's giving very much. It's giving very much. I just cursed your ass out, and I'm gonna cry on this camera to get some sympathy. And then Haley's like, "Oh yeah, but you wasn't crying before. You a pretty crier." I didn't like. I still don't like the comment though, because at the end of the day, you trying to like he probably going through some shit right now, and you talking about how cute he looked while crying. Girl, it's giving very much y'all about ready for divorce pretty soon. I'm like, it's, you heard it here first. Okay, if that had, look, let me tell you something. I really do think I'm psychic sometimes because I be saying stuff on here and it be happening, child. Girl, that's messy. Anyway, What else we got on the Dark and Honey before I get up out of here? Wow. Asian Debrat, Asian doll. She was shading JT. Let me see what this is about, though. Hold on. She basically made this tweet. I think it was like a side-by-side with her and not Miami. Did I say Miami? I'm sorry. I meant JT. She said the industry is the only place when hoes will literally hate your style and a couple years later pop out with the same look. And then she also posted this, like when JT fell. She said, this bitch want my style so effing bad, I might have to get back on my real doll shit because the same hoes talk about my boots is the same hoes falling on stage in them big boots. Asia Brett is so insufferable. It's just so bitter that her career did not take off like she wanted it to. And look, I kind of understand to a certain extent, like, cause it's like I could just remember being back in school and I was wearing Reeboks, right? And the kids used to pick on me like, "What you got on, fake ass shoes? This, that, and the third. You got fake ass shoes? This, that, and the third." You know, coming from me because I have on Reeboks, and then Cardi B later years down the line, she does a line with Reeboks, and now everybody want them. Now everybody cop a Reebok. You know what I'm saying? When I remember back when it was gay to wear skinny jeans. And now all the straight niggas wearing skinny jeans now, too. Like, so I get where she's coming from, but still, like, girl, you sound like a hating ass hussy. Okay? Get the hell up off my damn screen, child. Now, Amanda Seales, I did want to bring her up a little bit more, too, because she continues to address those who accuse her of lying about her autism diagnosis. This is what she had to say.
To the discovery of your autism. But what do you want people to either know about autism or the fact that you recently discovered that you have autism? There's a lot of talk about whether or not the diagnosis was clinical, or what would you like to say about that?
First, I want to say it is so wild to see people pick and choose when they want to believe doctors and when they don't.
Bam.
Like, I just think that that's one thing that's wild. Two, I think that it's.
But hold on, I do want to pause on that part because you know what? I find it so funny, and I know y'all about to be like, "Oh my God, like you're comparing apples to oranges." But when them damn medical records came out that Meg Thee Stallion got the fuck shot, okay, in her 2 feet, okay, saw the pictures and everything, saw the doctor's report, the leaked doctor's report. Y'all was like, "Oh no, it's lied. It's fictitious. It's not real." But when Amanda Seales self-diagnoses herself, oh, but you ain't go to a doctor though. You ain't get a clinical diagnosis. Hypocrisy. Anyway, let's continue.
It's a lot of people that do not know anything about autism. I've seen people say things like, "Well, I can't say that I got diagnosed with cancer if a doctor didn't diagnose me for cancer." And it's like, well, ma'am, cancer is something that you test for with blood and with actual biological things. Autism is a neurological disorder. It is a different set of testing. And the testing that is done is incredibly expensive and often is not even able to be had by adults. The waiting lists are often for years. And especially for Black women, the only studies for autism at length have really been for young white boys.
Oh, wow.
I talked about this in the interview, and they cut it out of the interview. So the autism, yeah. So the majority of pathology around autism is done on young white boys, and so even girl children don't get properly diagnosed. And many parents have come in my DM saying, "Thank you so much for talking about this, because we have gone through so much struggles to get a diagnosis." And for the most part, the clinical diagnosis is a wide-ranging meaning. So clinical doesn't have to simply mean by a physician. It can mean by a psychologist. It can mean by a psychiatrist. It can mean by someone who is an autism expert that has a master's degree.
I mean, she explains it so well here. I said this in my other episode about, I think the Friday episode, like, it's not something that you test in the bloodstream. Autism, it's behavioral. You know, you do a series of tests and they determine from those tests if you are on the spectrum or you're not. Okay. Who's to say those tests don't get leaked online? You can get anything online. I got the whole simulated driver's test. The reason why I passed that damn driver's written test, because I'm bad at taking goddamn tests, okay, is because there was a simulator that asked the same questions that I was then going to take when I was at that damn driver's. I ain't read that damn book. Yeah, I'm saying. So I believe that there's real autism like questionnaires that are online and are made to show people, you know, to give people the option of finding out for free. I looked up how much it costs for an autism testing. Girl, that shit like $2,000. She said 10,000. I'm like, girl, ain't no 10,000. It's about 1,000, 2,000, whatever. I'm like, girl, for what? What are we? Girl, what? What type of test is the girl? I can literally get a whole set of veneers cheaper than that. Don't trust them veneer techs, child. Anyway, is there anything else I want to get into before I get up out of here, child? Now, shout out to Beyonce. This is a post from Parkwood because Beyonce and Blue Ivy Carter will be featured in the Mufasa Lion King. Why are we calling them Mufasa if this is like part 2? I don't know. But anyway, hopefully, I mean, we'll go back and forth. I thought when they was doing Mufasa, it was going to be like the upbringing of Mufasa and Scar. We was going to see what was going over. Maybe it is kind of a mesh of the two. I don't know. But all I know is Beyonce will be in there and Blue Ivy Carter will be as well. Shout out to them. Let me give them a little bomb. And a lot of people was online talking about some, oh my God, if nepotism was a person. Girl, shut your ass up. It be the people that benefit from nepotism. Just because you ain't rich don't mean that you don't benefit from nepotism. Let's be very clear. I literally got a car right now because of my grandma. She literally gave me her car. You get what I'm saying? Like she had the luxury of you know, getting a new car and giving me a car with good mileage. Okay. And still in good condition and stuff like that. That is could be considered nepotism as well. People don't understand that. It does not mean, okay, because your parents is a millionaire and now you got, you know, a piece of the pie. And I ain't saying that to say Blue Ivy don't work or she work, whatever the case is. I know she does benefit from nepotism, but like, why do y'all have to vocalize that? I think that's so corny, you know, but nevertheless, shout out to Beyonce and Blue Ivy Carter. Okay. And I think that's it for today. We done went over the 40-minute mark. Please be sure to, if you like what you heard, to give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Okay. And y'all doing y'all big one. I'm looking at the numbers with these last couple episodes. I just love y'all. Audio listeners too. See y'all later.